Hi, and welcome back to English for You. I'm Seb.
And I'm Laura.
So, Laura, we're dealing with some pretty serious stuff right now, aren't we? We're talking about our acclaimed novel, Speak, which is about a girl, Melinda Sordino, and how she's having a lot of trouble at school because of something bad that happened to her over the summer. So what was happening in the first part of the story?
I think everybody blamed her for calling the cops at a summer house party.
Right.
And then what's worse is that she used to have this really bestie, friend called Rachel. But somehow we read from the story that Rachel is now her former best friend, meaning
right?
that
She
they're
hates
not friends.
her now.
I know,
yeah, she does.
Meaning that they're no longer friends, and also she tends to be scared of this guy called Andy, right?
Very scared because she doesn't even write his. She's writing a journal.
And then she calls him
it in the journal.
Right.
So you must be quite scared of someone if you're not going to mention that name.
Right.
Anyway, today we're going to be finding out what happened to Melinda and continuing with the story. So let's get started.
Reading.
Speak. What nobody at school knows is that Melinda has a secret. Last summer, at the house party, she was raped by Andy Evans. For months, she has not been able to accept that it happened. However, when she finds out that Andy is dating Rachel, the past becomes much harder to ignore. Melinda goes to her childhood friend and tells her about the attack. At first, Rachel is worried for Melinda. When it's revealed that Andy was the attacker, though, Rachel says she is just jealous. In spite of this, she breaks up with Andy shortly after. Although her conversation with Rachel is difficult, Melinda doesn't back down. She leaves anonymous warnings about Andy around the school. He suspects her, though, and tries to rape her again while she's in the cleaner's closet. This time, Melinda feels much stronger. She threatens Andy with a piece of broken glass and screams loudly enough for everyone to hear. Word gets out about what happened, and she becomes a hero. Though Melinda cannot forget the past, she is finally able to move on.
What nobody at school knows is that Melinda has a secret. Right, that's quite... We know she has a secret, don't we?
But nobody at school knows. Okay, so what nobody at school knows 出现的句型就是 what, okay, 然后接 somebody or something, 再接一个动词，再接 be 动词，就是表示某人或是某事物所什么什么的一切就是什么什么啊，听起来好像有点复杂，但是刚刚那一句就是其实学校没有任何人知道的，就是 Melinda 她有一个秘密哦，但是我们是偷偷知道，因为我们是读者嘛。Okay, so last summer we read in the article, at the house party, oh no, this is getting very serious, she was raped by Andy Evans. Okay, 现在我们就懂了，对，为什么他这么害怕 Andy， 因为那年暑假的这个轰趴，他被 Andy 给性侵了。Rape 这个字呢，可以当作动词或是名词，就是有强奸或是强奸罪这样的意思哦。So this is serious.
It is serious. Now we can start to see why she's been so withdrawn, why she's been having so many problems. For months, she has not been able to accept that it happened.
And next we read, however, when she finds out that Andy is dating Rachel, the past becomes much harder to ignore.
Right. Can you imagine being raped by someone and then your former best friend starts dating your rapist, but no one knows? Ugh, this is difficult stuff.
Heavy.
Okay, so we saw the word ignore there, which is a verb. And when we ignore something, we choose not to think about it or pay it attention. So for example, if your mum warns you not to stay up too late at night, but then you don't go to bed until 3 a.m., then you ignored your mum.
That's what I do.
She told you not to, but you did it anyway. Similarly, if your teacher is asking you to look at the blackboard, but you carry on chatting with your friends, then you're ignoring your teacher.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no. We could emphasize the fact that someone chose to ignore someone by putting the word willfully in front of ignore. So willfully just means you wanted to do it. You really didn't care about anything else. So Ethan willfully ignored the teacher's warnings about talking in class. So he was put in detention.
Yeah.
So, what is the opposite of ignore then? Well, we already heard pay attention to.
Yeah.
But we can also use the word heed, which is normally with more serious things like advice or warnings.
Okay.
So heed my warning, listen to my warning. Now, in our example sentence, Susan is not heeding someone's warning or someone's rules because our example sentence is Susan ignored her company's rule about wearing formal clothes to work, so she was sent home to change. Change meaning change clothes, of course.
Was she wearing a bikini or something?
But yeah, well, I hope that she wasn't wearing a bikini to work. I feel like that's a little bit too casual.
Okay, well, let's take a look at this word ignore. 就是忽视或是对什么置之不理，它是一个动词哦。比方像是呢 ，My sister can be really irritating, but I try to ignore her. 就是我妹妹有时候特别的讨厌，特别烦人，不过我会尽量不去理会她。不过呢，有时候呢，有的人是不是很喜欢怎么样，不去面对问题 ？But if we continue to ignore these problems, they will only get worse.
Right.
Okay, so just face them and deal with them. OK，所以天哪，所以竟然这个Andy 跟他以前最好的好朋友，也就叫做 Rachel， 他们两个是在一起交往。So will she tell Rachel about Andy?
Well, we'll find out. But first, Melinda goes to her childhood friend and tells her about the attack. Right.
Next we read, at first, Rachel is worried for Melinda. 所以听起来一开始 Rachel 还是会关心 Melinda， 她感到就是很担忧的。However,
Right, yes, because when she first tells her, this is very difficult for Melinda, remember?
Right.
So she doesn't tell her straight away who it was. She just says that she was raped. However, when it's revealed that Andy was the attacker, though, Rachel says she is just jealous. Oh.
I kind of get that though, because they're still like high school kids, right?
Right. She might think that Melinda's maybe telling her this because she's angry that Rachel is going out with Andy and she isn't.
And also they're not so close anymore.
Right. Their relationship is very bad right now.
啊，怎么会这样？所以当 Rachel 发现她所说的这个 attacker，OK， 攻击的人是 Andy， 她反而会想说，哎，是不是 Melinda 在嫉妒我们啊？我们来看一下，通常字尾有 er 或是 or， 可以放在动词的后方来表示做什么行为的人 ，OK， 或是行为的东西这样的名词。比方像是课文的 attacker， 就是用来表示袭击者或是攻击者这样子的意思哦。
Right, so we also saw the word reveal there, and that's a verb. And when we reveal a fact or a truth, we make people know about it when it was hidden before. So if you like TV shows like The Voice or America's Next Top Model, then you'll know that at the end of each show, they reveal which the contestants are in the bottom and who will be knocked out of the competition. Now, there are some similar words to reveal we use for different situations. So the first one is make something public. And that's a very official phrase we use when maybe the government keeps something secret and then they tell the public about it later, or a company is making a plan and then when they've made that plan and they're ready to actually act on it, they make that plan public. So our example for that is the government made their plans for the economy public. We could also use the phrase give something away. Now that one we don't use for official business, we're more talking about telling a secret or sharing a secret when you didn't mean to. So Dad accidentally gave away that the family were going on a surprise vacation. Oops. And lastly, the opposite of reveal is to conceal. So listen to how similar those words are. Reveal, conceal. So Mary concealed the fact that she was looking for another job from her boss. Now our example sentence for reveal is, at the end of this book, the author reveals something shocking about the main character.
OK，reveal 这个字呢，其实就有揭露啦，或是透露的意思啦。它是一个动词，通常我们会讲揭露一个可能大家不为人知的一个秘密啦，或是八卦等等。So for example, she would not reveal the secret， 就是她完全不肯透露这个秘密是什么。Or we could also use it another way, like this. The test revealed the true cause of death. Okay, we also saw the word jealous, didn't we?
Right, jealous. And jealous is an adjective, and when we say that someone is jealous of someone, we mean that they are angry that they don't have something that someone else has. For example, if Laura and I have a friend, and the friend gives Laura a present, but he doesn't give me one, then I might get jealous of Laura.
Right.
I'm annoyed that she got a present and I didn't get one. Now, lots of things can cause us to have feelings of jealousy, or we can also say envy there. Those are two nouns for the adjective jealous. These can include money, opportunities, work, school, and even relationships. When we are really jealous, we can even say that something has made us green with envy, or in Chinese you might say 眼红, right?
Yeah, instead of 眼绿.
Right, so we use green instead of red.
Yes.
So what's more, we can also use jealous to describe a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband or wife that constantly thinks that their partner is cheating on them, even if they aren't. Nobody really wants to date a jealous person. Now, our example sentence is, Gabby was jealous of Heather when she was chosen as the captain of the soccer team.
OK, jealous， 我们每一个人都会难免啦，有时候会有那种觉得有嫉妒的这种感受，我们就会用到 jealous 这个形容词。比方像是some of his old friends are jealous or envious. That's another word for jealous of his success. OK， 不知道你们会不会对你的朋友感到有这个嫉妒啊，或是羡慕的这种心情呢？ Or he feels jealous of his rich friends. OK, This always happens when you're comparing like two very different personalities or situations.
Right, and you've got less.
Yes.
And you get jealous. You don't normally get jealous when you have more than someone. You're like, oh, I wish I was as poor as you. Nobody says that. Okay, our next line in the article is, in spite of this, she breaks up with Andy shortly after. Right, this makes actual sense, I think, that even though she doubts Melinda, you know, if I was dating someone and someone came to me and said, this person attacked me or this person raped me, then even if I didn't hear anything about it before, I would be concerned. And I think it's very important to remember that if someone ever comes to you with a story like this, even if you don't have a lot of proof from before, you should take it very seriously, because as we saw from Melinda, it was very difficult to talk about this, and you don't know everything, you know? Like, things can be very, very serious.
OK， 所以尽管如此呢，我们感觉到好像 Rachel 不是很相信，就是 Melinda 说的话，可是 Rachel 不久后还是跟 Andy 分手了耶。OK， 那如果要表达尽管或是虽然怎么样怎么样，我们可以用到以下的句型，像是 although 或者是 though， 然后接一个子句，或是 despite the fact that 后面接一个子句，以及 in spite of the fact that 后面也同样接一个子句。我们来造个例句会比较清楚，比方像是 although I'd love to have dinner with you tonight, I already have plans.OK， 那接下来的句型其实也可以用来表示尽管虽然 OK， 但是呢 despite 跟 in spite of 因为它们是介系词片语，所以后面它们只能接名词或是动名词哦。所以我们可以用 despite OK， 然后再接上名词或者是动名词，以及 in spite of 再接上名词或者是动名词。我们来看一下例句要怎么用哦，因为我们课文是提到 in spite of， 好，我就造一个 in spite of 的例句。He failed the test in spite of all his studying。尽管他还是就是努力的念书，用功读书，他还是怎么样考不及格。那刚刚我们回到课文有提到了片语 break up with somebody， 就是与某人分手这样子的意思哦，或是断绝关系。
Although her conversation with Rachel is difficult, Melinda doesn't back down.
这里又用到 although，OK， 所以虽然尽管 Melinda 跟 Rachel 讲这件事情是很困难的哦，但是 Melinda 并没有怎么样 back down， 就是退缩，或者 back down 还有让步的意思哦。And in the article, next we read, she leaves anonymous warnings about Andy around the school. Wow.
That's quite clever.
Very courageous.
Anonymous, by the way, is a word we use to describe when someone does something, writes something, or does something but doesn't let anyone know that they were doing it. We could also say that they did that thing anonymously, so we can make it an adverb by adding ly. So an example of that would be, this book is famous worldwide, but it was written anonymously, so no one knows who wrote it.
Wow, but does the author get the money for that?
Oh, that's going to be tricky.
OK， 好啦，回到课文，他说，刚刚有提到 Melinda， 她还是没有退缩，因为我们接着看到他说，所以他到处在学校留下了许多有关 Andy 的什么呢？Anonymous 的警告 ，Anonymous 是什么呢？就是匿名的，它是一个形容词。And the article next reads, he suspects her, though, and tries to, rape her again while she's in the cleaner's closet.
Oh, no.
How horrible.
Yeah, so Andy, he confronts her, he tries to do the thing again. So we can see that Andy really is one kind of a person. So he suspects her, though, and that's a verb. And when we suspect someone of something, we think they might have done something bad or something that we feel is bad. So Andy doesn't know that Melinda wrote the messages around the school, but he thinks it was her because he raped her, and so she is one of the only people who knows. Well, she's the only person who knows at the moment, or he assumes that. So we often use the word suspect when we are talking about criminals as well. So this man is suspected to have robbed a bank last week. We can also call someone who is suspected of a crime a suspect. Now listen, here it's a noun, but the pronunciation changes just slightly. When we're using suspect as a noun, we put the emphasis on the U. Whereas if we're using it as a verb, we say suspect. So there's that again. So as a noun, suspect, and as a verb, suspect. So we're going down, and the other one we're going up. So our example sentence for suspect is, when all the cookies disappeared from the cookie jar, Mom suspected Dad.
Wow, Dad. Okay, not the kids. Okay, you know that movie, The Usual Suspect? Yeah, it's by Kevin Spacey. It's an old movie. You should watch it. It's really good. It's not horror.
It's not horror. Okay,
okay,
I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
It's crime, like detective kind of thing. Okay. 好 ，suspect. OK， 不是 suspect. OK， 哇，这好难，因为我本课是当做动词来用，所以重音其实会跑掉哦。如果当做动词就是 suspect. OK， 就是猜想、有嫌疑 OK， 或是怀疑这样的意思。所以通常我们会想到就是嫌疑犯啦，或是犯罪的情况，像是 the police suspect the man of murder. Or no one suspects you of cheating. Oh, okay.
Sounds like someone's a bit nervous.
I know. Okay, 好啦，那看回课文又提到说 Now this time, Melinda feels much stronger because Andy tries to rape her and, but you know.
And she's not going to let it happen again.
That's right.
No. She threatens Andy with a piece of broken glass and screams loudly enough for everyone to hear. Okay, so what Melinda is doing now is awesome. She is threatening Andy. Now, threaten is a verb, and when we threaten someone, we say that we might do something bad to them. A boss, for example, could threaten to fire his employee. That doesn't mean that he will definitely do it, but he might do it if the employee doesn't work harder. So normally threaten has a bad meaning to it, but in this article, we are using it in a good way because we know what kind of person Andy is. So Melinda is threatening Andy with a piece of glass. That means that she might cut him with the glass if he doesn't leave her alone. Let's look at an example sentence now. Mary was threatened anonymously with a phone call in the middle of the night.
Threaten 这个动词就是恐吓或者是威胁的意思，像是呢 The kidnapper threatened to kill her. OK， 好啦，看回课文，因为 Andy 又想要再次伤害 Melinda， 不过这一次 Melinda 变得更坚强了哦。她用这个玻璃的碎片威胁 Andy， 并且大声尖叫，足够让大家可以听到的音量。Great.
Yeah,
so
I know. Go Melinda, right? She's not just that she threatens him, and she stops it from happening.
Yes.
So we can see that she's come into herself. She's more confident now, and we can really see that she's starting to recover. But she screams. Now, scream is a verb, and when we scream, we make a really loud, high-pitched sound with our mouths to show that we are really scared, in pain, or frightened of something, or to get someone's attention. If you like horror movies, you'll often hear the character screaming before they're murdered, or you might find the movie really scares you and you might scream yourself.
Yeah.
So we have other similar loud verbs as well. We can talk about shouting. That's just speaking in a very loud voice, like this. Or we can yell, and yell is another verb. And when you yell, you shout loudly to get someone's attention. So the teacher yelled at the naughty student. Or you could also yell to tell someone off if you're angry at someone. And Yelp is another one with a P. Now, Yelp is a kind of a loud, sharp sound you make when you're in pain. Normally, we talk about dogs yelping. So the dog yelped when I stepped on its tail.
Aww.
Whoops. So our example sentence for scream is, the maid screamed when she saw a mouse under the table.
Ooh, I would scream too.
Well, Melinda seems to be stronger than the maid.
Right, OK， 我们来看一下 scream 这个字哦，其实就是尖叫或是高声的喊叫，它是一个动词，没错，像很多字 shout、yell 也有这个大声喊叫的意思哦。比方像是呢，也不用是恐怖片啦，像是 the crowd screamed with excitement when the singer appeared on stage. So it doesn't always have to be scary.
No, and like in the article as well, she's not doing it because she's terrified. She's being brave and she's getting people to come help.
Okay, so next in the article we read, word gets out about what happened and she becomes a hero.
Finally!
I know, the word gets out 就是有消息说或是有消息传出。那到底这句话怎么用？我们要看我们的 PP Go。
Pocket Phrase Go！
听讲吼，正好要甲 Coco 结婚啊。The word is out that he is to marry towards the end of this year. 哇，王妍希虽然讲吼不就介意这个 Coco， 但是吼我还是呢会给他因拍拖啊，给他们祝福哦。哼。不管呢是在学校还是公司呢，很常听到呢有人八卦，听说谁怎样，听说有消息指出，你呢就可以用这个片语哦 ，the word gets out， 或者是呢 the word is out。OK， 这些字呢已经跑出来了，就是走漏风声，消息啊已经传出来喽。
Though Melinda cannot forget the past, she is finally able to move on. She's confronted her issues and she's moving on.
对，虽然 Melinda 无法忘怀过去所发生的事情，因为真的太沉重，她终究呢还是可以怎么样 move on， 就是接受发生的事情，但是她是继续往前进哦，这就是 move on 的意思哦。
Right, for many people, sexual abuse, rape, these aren't things that you can just forget once you talk about them. But she has spoken now, she's spoken up for herself, and she has confronted her attacker, and at least now she can start to return to a normal life again.
Thank gosh.
Yes, thank God. Right, now let's go on to our For You Chat question and just discuss a little bit more of the book.
For You Chat. Here's our For You Chat question. Speak was written a long time ago before the internet and social media. How do you think Melinda's experience would have been different today?
Oh, it would have been so different. Because social media changes everything for good and for bad.
That's true, that's
so
true.
On one side, we have, we've seen how effective the Me Too movement was in calling out people who had been abusing people for years.
Yes.
So Melinda would have a voice, and being anonymous online could maybe help her
That's right, to speak
get the message out about her attacker. However, it also makes bullying a lot worse as well. So Andy could have been even more intrusive in her life.
That could also
so
be
it could go one of two ways. I think it's very important to, think about what you're writing online, whether you're trying to help someone or if you're criticizing someone. Well, don't criticize anyone online in the first place. Remember, if you get close to doing that, how dangerous your words can be. We don't do stuff like that.
No.
Anyway, that's all we have time for. That's a big question, so I'm sure you guys are going to want to sit down and discuss it a bit. But we'll join you tomorrow to talk a little bit more about the themes of the book. For English for You, I'm Seb.
And I'm Laura.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Speak. What nobody at school knows is that Melinda has a secret. Last summer, at the house party, she was raped by Andy Evans. For months, she has not been able to accept that it happened. However, when she finds out that Andy is dating Rachel, the past becomes much harder to ignore. Melinda goes to her childhood friend and tells her about the attack. At first, Rachel is worried for Melinda. When it's revealed that Andy was the attacker, though, Rachel says she is just jealous. In spite of this, she breaks up with Andy shortly after. Although her conversation with Rachel is difficult, Melinda doesn't back down. She leaves anonymous warnings about Andy around the school. He suspects her, though, and tries to rape her again while she's in the cleaner's closet. This time, Melinda feels much stronger. She threatens Andy with a piece of broken glass and screams loudly enough for everyone to hear. Word gets out about what happened, and she becomes a hero. Though Melinda cannot forget the past, she is finally able to move on.
Vocabulary Review. Ignore. Henry's wife warned him not to go outside during a typhoon, but he ignored her and went out anyway. Reveal. At the end of the TV show, it was revealed that the singer had been murdered by his manager. Jealous. Johan was jealous of Mira when she was chosen for the track team instead of him. Suspect. The teacher suspected Timmy of cheating when he got 100% on all of his final exams. Threaten. Freddie's mother threatened to take away his video games if he didn't clean his room immediately. Scream. People on the street screamed as the tall building came crashing to the ground.
智慧小补帖
Rape. Anonymous.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net